Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. I've made some changes to our graphic settings here. Hopefully the frame rate will be a little bit stabilized. I had a weird stress dream. We're gonna get into the game in just a second here. But I had a weird stress dream last night where in my dream I went and checked the YouTube comments for this video, and they were all people being angry that I had played the game for an entire hour without entering the first town. It's weird the things anxiety does to your brain. Fortunately, people are much more reasonable than that in real life. I do play these games a little bit slowly, so apologies for anybody who is annoyed by that. Let us now transition to Edgewater. Hold on, before we transition to Edgewater, this is a building over here we haven't been in. And a building we can't go in. I'm gonna make certain that that's the case. Don't want to miss loot. Aha. Is this someone's home, or where am I? Well, we don't need a second shovel. I probably don't even need the first shovel, frankly. Free armor parts? Sure. I don't know whose stuff this is, but I'm taking all of it. I'm on a very important mission, is the thing. I'm trying to save a lot of lives, that's how I'm justifying this to myself. Ooh, fizzy tea. Which gives us mental, okay, a bypass shunt. The tea apparently will just give us a boost to all of our mental attributes. By the way, we can totally use, the consumables without having to put them through our inhaler. There's just a button for it. So, I noticed. I spent some time looking around the menus. I'm aware of it. Don't worry, we will be able to do that. I know that we can do that in case we need to do it. Ooh, a mag picks. That's enough mag picks now to pop this open if we wanted to. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Hold on. Is there anything? Okay, no, there's nothing else in this place. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. I don't know how common mag picks are going to be. It's possible that we should save these, but whatever. Trespassing, lockpicking, hacking, and murder are all considered illegal activities and are frowned upon by society. Avoid being seen. I'm doing a great job of it, frankly. Sentry Saber, another bypass shunt, a fair amount of money, some pet pills, which seem fine, maybe, depending on how good companions actually are in combat. And then also a dermal congealer. It's tough for me to know how valuable these buff items are. A thing that gives you plus 10 armor, but only for 15 seconds. Is that gonna, how many hits is that realistically going to reduce the damage of? And, I don't know, it's tough to say. A lot of these buffs are very, very short in duration. Oh, look at all this stuff. Maybe we'll get into Edgewater before the end of the episode. I don't know. It's just all these people built all these little buildings down here and then forgot to lock them, which is very irresponsible of them. If anything, what I'm doing here is really a public service because I'm teaching them a lesson about the value of locks. Think we could get in from up there? Do you think that's a thing we could do? Is this stuff, climbable at all? I have a pretty good jump, but we don't mantle, so our ability to climb is going to be somewhat limited. Alright, yeah, a bunch of these places we're probably just not going to be able to get into. This is, mechanically speaking, this is ornamental. That's the loading dock. The loading dock's gotta have valuable stuff on it, right? That's where all the valuable stuff enters the town from. They probably shouldn't have let me go into 2 buildings, because now I'm going to feel compelled to go and to try to enter every building. If it was clear to us from the start that these were all nothing. A pretty necklace. This necklace makes a strong fashion statement. Look at my neck! There's something on it! A pretty something! Look at it! Okay, nobody's home, which means all of this stuff is public property. That's how property works. I would know, I'm a bureaucrat. We don't even know what most of these consumables do, but I'm going to take everything. There's nothing in that fridge. So we're going to have lots and lots of opportunities to spend mag picks. So, given the frequency with which we are seeing lockable items... Ooh. Dissenters in our midst. That's a real uncomfortable style of propaganda poster there. Yeah, given the frequency with which we're seeing lockpickable items, I'm thinking lockpicking is going to probably be a very high return on investment skill. But I will say, I don't know that it necessarily fits our character's thing. I think our character's not opposed to thievery, skullduggery, etc., but I think he prefers probably to do it by manipulating people into manipulating people and systems into giving him things. What is that? Okay. It's just a junkyard robot. It's not going to kill me? Is it going to kill me? It is. It does say it's a sentry. But when I mouse over it, I don't get a health bar. Can't tell. Okay, no, it's not actually coming after me. Can we interact with it at all?
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I extremely do not have 54 engineering. Are you damaged?
Damage to navigation systems detected. Attempting to return to designated repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed.
I'm getting the sense that his navigation systems are not doing the thing. This is a junkyard, not a repair bay.
Navigation systems have determined this location as Spacer's Choice. Designated mechanical repair bay. Attempting to misdirect or confuse a Spacer's Choice mechanical is a punishable offense. Please report yourself to your supervisor.
They operate on a self-reporting system, huh? Is it dumb to feel sad for this robot? Because I feel a little sad now. I want to fix him. We're never going to get to 54 engineering. That's just not a thing that's going to happen. Actually, how true is that? What's engineering linked to? Oh yeah, I have this. Okay, where's my character? Here we go. Skills. Engineering comes from... I mean, it's in tech. Does it say on them... Okay, no, it does not say on them what stats increase them. So we have the novice level of engineering. 54 is a long, long way away. That's probably not happening. Alright, well, you just sit here and then wander around. I'm going to get all of the bullets. All of the universe's bullets. I had some people suggest to me that maybe playing melee on the hard difficulty is going to be a bit of a challenge. So, you know, we're going to make sure that we have guns. But I'm up for a challenge. I'm up for trying some stuff. I'm not afraid to die 100 times, if it comes to that. Ooh, a plasma rifle. 71 DPS. Hold on, that seems like a big improvement over our current gun, am I right? Oh no, this actually has 100 DPS, but it doesn't shoot plasma at people, is the thing? Okay, so this is more of a snipery weapon. Like, the individual shots are really powerful. Yeah, put that in one of my weapon slots. It is in 100% condition, which is pretty weird considering that it's in a junkyard. Do we have 38 energy ammo? Yeah. Alright, I think that weapon is probably a little bit better suited to our temperament. This thing, which has to be fired at close range to really be effective, not so much. If we're fighting something where we have to be shooting at it, I really want to be far away. And if we're fighting something up close, I'd prefer to be bashing it with some kind of large hammer. The thing is, we don't yet have the large hammer, and that shovel I picked up is technically a thing you can hit somebody with, but real garbage for that purpose. Also, we're finding a huge amount of heavy ammo. And a frozen dinner just sitting out on a desk. Doesn't feel like the best way to keep it fresh to me. Okay, so there's a lot of different food items, but there's only a couple of broad categories of food. You get your meats and your carbohydrates and your sugary drinks and your fizzy drinks. At some point we will, just making sure that nobody can see me out the door. At some point we'll have a good enough intuitive sense of that stuff to have a pretty good idea what we're picking up every time we grab something. For right now, I'm just shoveling everything into the inventory for figuring out later. And man, they really reward you for looking around. I'm actually kind of curious, is there... Okay, there is a gap back there, but it doesn't look like they've put anything in it. Man, it is still, like, when I turn, the frame rate is still not ideal. I'll keep messing with it. I'll figure it out. I will say, I almost wish there wasn't so much stuff scattered around, because it really incentivizes the thing I'm doing right here, which I don't have any problem with as a player, but might not be the most fascinating thing to watch. Wait, did I spy something in the foundation there? No, I don't think so. I'm surprised there's so many buildings outside of the town proper. Evicted. Okay, we're starting to see the part of town where apparently all the valuable properties are. If that's like a Marauder goon, he's just right there. These guys are remarkably not aware of my presence, considering how close I am to them. Let's play with our new toy. Hold the attack button to build up energy, then release to attack. Okay, so that's why there was such a large variance on the damage values. Well, that's pretty effective. Alright, come here, you. Unfortunately, hitting him with a melee weapon did not stagger him at all in the way I was hoping. Geez, 630 XP. That really brings into sharp focus exactly how much we are not getting from using our skills. And I seem to have reduced one of them to ash. Thank God it's a Fallout 2 ash pile and not a Fallout 1 ash pile. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. I'll have a look at that trip blade in a second here. Corporation Service Award. A medium-sized award, typical of the kind given out at annual company achievement banquets, galaxy-wide. I wonder if this person did work for Spacer's Choice before they got maraudered up, or if this marauder took this from someone. What was this award for? Most unused paid time off? Greatest amount of coffee drunk in one break? Fewest bathroom rests? You will never know, because they did not bother to engrave it. Alright, trip blade. Definitely better than a shovel, right? Honestly, in terms of DPS, only barely. Old MacDonald had a trip blade. Why would you kill a sprat with a trip blade? It's terrible. It's a terrible thing. Okay, it's still a lot lower DPS than the saber. But at least it's an actual weapon, right? Am I holding this right? Yeah, I guess so. It's got that that wicked little hook on the end. Sort of looks like the blade's backwards, though. Alright. By the way, we can, in fact, put our weapon away by holding the reload button. Spent some time looking in the looking in the options menu to learn the controls. You might say, hey, SB, isn't that a thing that you ought to do before you start the series? Listen, what am I, a professional? We're all, in life, we're all just figuring things out as we go. So let's all be patient with each other. He begged them. And there's a lot of just stuff scattered everywhere. Okay, can't quite fit under here, which hopefully means that there is no reason to be under here. You know what I'm not paying attention to, and I probably should be? Where is my weight limit? This is weight, right? So we're at 50 of 120. We do have to care about that a little bit. I know I put extra points of strength in so that it wouldn't be too much of a problem, but that's not the same as it being a thing that we can just ignore completely. That said, for the moment, we're okay. Wait, I thought... Oh, the door's up there. I was going to say, I thought I saw a door on that wall. Well, this is actually a little bit trickier to enter. It's weird, like, this is a space that is clearly large enough for me, but I can't, I'm trying to pull that Gordon Freeman jump and crouch maneuver, and it's just not working. Yeah, they're not going to let me in that way. So that would be the way to enter, over there. Unfortunately, that over there is off the ground by a fair amount. We could maybe jump in from that outcropping. Maybe? It's worth a shot. I wonder how far you have to fall to take falling damage. I also wonder if this is a thing where maybe I'd be better off if I had the forward dodge. Maybe we could forward dodge into it. This isn't going to work, right? I can't jump this far. Ow. Yeah, my leg. That's a lot of damage. Health regen is generous. Still, that was a lot of damage. I'm going to get on this rock here. Which is apparently... It's pretty slippery, is the thing. Okay, there we go. I should catch myself on the lip. Was it worth it? Well, we got a bypass shunt. A silver tongue kit. So are these like permanent? This kit applies inspirational slogans in easy to read locations, increasing dialogue and leadership skills. It's a weapon mod. Install mods at a workbench to upgrade your weapon. Okay. That's why I was talking about easy to read locations. It installs instructions for using your weapon on the weapon in a place where you can read them during combat. You know, like Shatner trying to read his lines off the back of everything in the set in Star Trek. Well, I mean, I know we're trying to build a character who's good at melee, but we're not actually good at melee yet, and we still don't really have a weapon. I think I'm going to keep using our energy sniper. Ooh. Alright, if we're going to open up here, we should probably open up on a ringleader. That seems good. Catch! I missed. Oh dear, I seem to have alerted quite a number of Marauders. Well, I think I was right on the ringleader, because that guy has a gun that is very impressive in appearance. Must use thing. Oh right, I can slow down time. Let's do some of that. Take this. Unfortunately, it seems like me slowing down time does not speed up my actions at all. It just gives me more decision-making time. Let's hit that inhaler one more time. I did considerably increase the amount of natural health regen we get by inhaling that apple just now, so I think that helped. That probably helped. Okay, well, who said combat's difficult? We got an assault rifle. We get some more mining gear. Wait. Okay, no, I don't think we're hearing any more enemies. That guy has all of his parts. So I'm assuming the fact that there's no stuff on his body means that he just didn't have anything. This guy has an LMG, 320 DPS. Hey, here's a question. We're not great with any kind of gun. Is there a type of gun we're particularly good or bad with? We're actually better with heavy weapons than we are with any other. Like, we almost even have the first threshold. So I'm thinking that minigun might become our new toy of choice. We have quite a lot of heavy ammo. Not nearly as much as light, but... So I probably do not need to have this trip blade equipped, right? As much as I want to be using a two-handed weapon, we're probably just not going to get any use out of it. So we have our long-rangey gun, we have our stuff is getting real gun, this is our good gun, and then the wrench is just to tell me that this thing has considerably less than 100 condition, I guess. I don't really care about that. Like, we have so many copies of all of these things. What about that assault rifle I just picked up? 215 DPS, it uses heavy ammo, but it's on the long gun skill. I guess I need to pay attention to that. So the light machine gun is a heavy weapon, but it does not use heavy ammo. They could maybe have named these differently then. Okay, so it uses light ammo, but it is a heavy weapon. That's actually the optimal combination of those traits for our current purpose. I guess we can just, I like having the charge thing. And then if enemies are close to me, I'm probably going to be minigunning them, so do we need to have a light pistol equipped at all? Maybe I could still have the trip blade equipped, but just in that slot. I mean, I guess we'll put an assault rifle there. Okay, we have some options now for combat. And lots of Adreno to replace all of the Adreno I used. Time dilation, it turns out, even though it does not make you any faster relative to the enemy, still very helpful, so let's remember to press that button in the future. I seem to have knocked this guy's head clean off. I probably vaporized it or something. Got ourselves a new helmet. A reconditioned exo helmet. These are all very similar. This one is slightly better. It also makes me very intimidating. I don't know if I would necessarily be intimidated by a guy wearing that helmet. And then I'm gonna stick with our slightly less than optimal armor because it doesn't make me look like a marauder, which I think still I still think might matter. Just carry this thing around just in case. So yeah, we'll be the heavy weapons guy. That's fun. That's a fun role to play. And there's a lot of random garbage food laying around everywhere. Also a stun baton. That sounds fun. What are the stun baton's stats relative to what we're carrying now? 89 electric DPS with a special stun effect. I mean, if I gotta be meleeing people, I probably want to be stunning them too, right? Since hitting them with my sword does not even interrupt their attack animations. A good player would simply parry their attacks. But you're all here watching me, not a good player, so I assume that you don't want to see that kind of thing happen. Are those soaps? Is that a pile of soaps? Employer rights under the Biased Labor Standards Act. Well, at least they name things honestly around here. Wage determined by merit of your work. Overtime may result in higher pay if the quality of said work is considered exemplary. Your employer has the right to dock your pay should you damage any facilities or equipment. It is your responsibility, not your employer's, to avoid workplace hazards. Only you can protect fourth quarter profits. I'm a little sad that there's no Smokey the Bear analog on that. Some gourmet salt tuna. Boy, I sure hope we like salted fish, because it seems like pretty much the only thing we're going to find around here. You know, that had a big lock icon on its screen, so I was expecting it to tell me, like, a hack threshold here. Apparently lock doesn't mean the same thing in the future that it means now. Clement Eldridge. Let's read his messages. From J. Bartell. Clement, I find I must disagree with your theories about the Earth Directorate's place in the colonial system. Sadly, as much as I appreciate the board and the new frontier they've opened for us, I believe Halcyon and all the other colonies on the rim of the galaxy would fall to pieces or war amongst themselves if the Earth Directorate wasn't around to regulate trade and settle disputes. Do you think the corporations would accept the mandated inclusion of an Earth Minister if they had a choice in the matter? I don't know, hard to say. And then from Eldridge C. to Bartel J. Jefferson, of course I'd never dispute that Earth is the heart of the whole colonial system, but the real adventure and independent spirit upon which humankind truly thrives is to be found out here among the furthest colonies. I still think you're wrong about the history, though. The discovery of the skip drive was not what gave the Earth Directorate power over the corporations. The high costs of the Great War left them in a weakened state, and the skip drive was simply the extra leverage the Directorate needed to return to power. Okay, that's interesting information. A little bit of historical backstory. What is this? I just got the letter today. Corporate ordered me to relocate to the Edgewater cannery, effective immediately. It's a shame. I was really looking forward to running my own gift shop at the community center, selling rare memorabilia. But scripture tells us that all things happen for a reason. Work fortifies the spirit and all. As for my book collection, I simply can't bear to part with it. Don't want those books moldering in some contraband locker, so I stashed them all away in a cave over by the river. Oh, interesting. Cave over by the river. I do so love a good book. Man, are those so? I mean, they might legitimately be soaps. I was kind of joking when we saw the pile of them, but who knows? Ooh, this is a better quality of armor, and it doesn't make me look like a marauder. Probably. Yeah, look at that, and it goes well with our helmet. Now we just look like a standard troop. Ah, there's ammo everywhere. I wonder if that's going to stop being the case after this very early section. Like, maybe right now the game's just trying to teach me the rewards of searching stuff and give me the things I will need to succeed early on. And over time, things are going to become a little bit harder to find. Because as it is, if ammo keeps being available at this rate, you almost wonder why they bothered to include an ammo system at all. Why not just make all of the weapons infinite? Okay, we do not have the mag thing for that. It's, is that what Chinese checkers is? I've definitely played that board game, but, you know, a very, very long time ago. Okay, so there's so many things to lockpick. And I bet if our lockpick skill was higher, those would only cost like one mag pick each or something, and we would have the supplies to open them all up. Yeah, our character probably views like getting into people's stuff with your own two hands a little bit. That's like a little bit of a failure, right? What do you mean I couldn't talk my way into making them give me stuff? Alright, before I forget, cave by the river. Where's the river? Can we see the river going out to the sea? Okay, that seems dangerous. Maybe they meant the big river of lava. I don't really want to go down there, though. I was hoping that we would be able to see where the river meets the sea and then trace it back from there. Oh, hey, more guys. Patched low-pressure helmet that has the same armor value as our standard troop helmet. Well, we'll keep an eye out for a river that's made of water. Those also Marauders down there? They sure are. Where's my laser gun? Okay, there's travel time. That is not a hit scan laser. Remarkably, nobody else seems to have heard that. No, never mind. Never mind, they're totally aware. He could have been awarer. Something seemed to have exploded near that guy. Okay, this seems like a good time for this thing. That's a pretty okay gun. It feels like an okay weapon. Yeah, hold on a second. To be perfectly honest with you, seems a little unsporting. Well, they gave it to me. Clearly they wanted me to have it. It's not like I just came over and stole it. Right? They just handed it right to me. When I took it out of that guy's hands, he didn't even try to stop me. The thing is, a bullet is like a lie that you don't have to tell. This metal piece is used to transfer force from an expanding gas to a crankshaft. Well, that sure is what a pneumatic piston does. That's probably telling me that this is junk that has no game purpose, I'm assuming. It's an integral part of an automechanical's moving parts, including limbs, cameras, and weapons. An automechanical without a piston is like a canoe without a paddle. Or maybe I could use this to repair that robot in the junkyard. Just going to acquire a whole bunch of robot bits, and then... Listen, I'm not much for making robots, but maybe we can give these to somebody who will be able to help a robot. A robot's like a person you don't have to lie to. Which is not to say that I don't lie to robots, but I don't have to lie to robots. Also, actually, given our encounters with computer systems thus far, it's not even right. Sometimes you do have to lie to them. I will say she was awfully eager to help me with that, though. Yeah, Jesus, there's so much ammunition around here. An energy canister holds the power cells for an automechanical. Okay. Lots and lots of robot parts. Maybe we will get to build our own robot companion. That would be pretty cool. Is this door locked? Okay, yeah, so we could open this. Well, we'll keep that in mind. It's a little bit more exciting than just a random container. That may be what our next set of picks goes to. Curious if there's a way to bypass it and enter that room out. I was about to say, hey, what do you think that beeping is? But never mind, I figured it out. So that might explain why there are so many bodies around here. Is that one of the mines? I think it is. Alright. Well, we'll have to be a little bit more careful. A compass. This compass can be used to locate magnetic north on any world with a strong magnetic field. Not for use on gas giants or in deep space. I wonder if it will actually... I mean, we already know which way is north. Our compass at the top of the screen functions without it, so I guess it doesn't really do anything. Alright, let's try to find a couple more picks and come back and check out that door. Unfortunately, things are scattered so everywhere that I don't feel like... It doesn't feel like there's any strategy to apply in looking for particular things. We'll just... Okay, so once I make it start beeping, it goes off. Even if we get away from it. Oh no, okay. You can back off enough to cause it not to blow up. I mean, that stunned effect that's creating the weird blurring at the edge of the screen and stuff lasts for quite some time. Can we climb up this? I would need like a small object to hop on first. Because it kind of looks like that's a shelf that you're intended to get up on, right? Yeah, guess not. Well, we are really stocking up on the Adreno. I'm going to be borderline unkillable. He says immediately before blowing himself up with a landmine. You know what? That was intentional. That was a strategy. I was just showing you. You know, they say the essence of good storytelling is showing, not telling. I was showing you how unkillable I am. That effect is kind of annoying, though. Let's have our real gun out, just in case things get a little wild. We can't necessarily assume that all of these buildings are going to be empty. A joint actuator. This small electrical motor allows an automechanical to move a single joint in one of its limbs. It requires an external power source to operate. I'm going to be really disappointed at this point if they do not allow me to build my own robot. There are all these different parts, and they're all, you know, all their uses are described and stuff. It feels like they're setting me up to build a cool robot. That's mine? Whatever. It's fine. I don't even like being able to see around the edges of my screen. Did we check you already? No, we did not. I kind of wish that my carry weight was visible on this screen. Can I fire a single bullet from this thing? Yeah, okay, it doesn't. The fire rate's not so high that that is difficult. Oh, hey, a living person. Excuse me? Hey.
Stand and deliver! Always wanted to say that.
What is going on here? Are you alright? Hi. I mean, I heard some other yelling. Oh. Oh, hi. Just really terrible shooting is the thing. That guy's got heavy armor on. Well, let's try some of this. That's a little bit better. Alright, excuse me. How on earth are you alive? Hold on. A small percentage of weapons and armor you may find are considered pristine. They have more durability and are worth more to vendors. Did I find a pristine thing? Oh, I did. It's got a little diamond on it to note that it is that. Okay, well, I mean, it's slightly better armor. It's the same armor value, but it's pristine. It gives us +5 tech skills instead of +7 hack. Yeah, sure. It looks fine. Totally looks okay. What's the brand on this? Hephaestus? So, like, we can make ourselves a matching set. A little bit of extra lockpick skill also seems useful. Hi, how are you still alive? You don't seem to have any survival instincts at all.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
She's right, I am like some sort of heroic accountant. Yeah, I'll do that, not for free, obviously.
Oh, well that's a shame. I mean, I could pay you in Adrena time, but I've already bartered most of my stash over to these poor saps. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I mean, I like all of this, I like her complimentary nature. Hey, I need you to clarify something for me, like all of the things that you were just saying, maybe?
I'm great at clarifying.
How are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean
she's
around
right.
these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
Yeah, I know a little bit about that, I think. Yeah, I'm impressed. How'd you pull that off?
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
Okay, this is the part where you explain that to me? No, apparently not. Are you a prisoner here?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
I'm pretty sure that we don't actually have any other questions for her, but let's check.
I've got all the time in Halcyon.
Yeah, okay. Weird. That's a weird thing. Did we pick up Adrena time at some point? We might have. There's so many things. So many little objects here. I thought I might have seen a box that said Adrena time on it. Maybe not. Is that fish sticks? I don't know, whatever. Okay, so when we use our inhaler and it has a thing in it that we only had one of, it gets replaced with another thing that is from the same broad category. It's nice that they don't make me do that manually. All right, we got our kits and stuff, but we need a workbench to play with these. We got all of our repair bits. Okay, so all these robot parts are actually just junk. I am not going to get to build my own robot after all, it looks like. That's a real crying shame. I mean, I guess if there was a system in the game for building your own robot, probably our character would not be capable of pulling that off anyway. But I could convince somebody that I am in some kind of position of control over them and then get them to build a robot. That seems well within my skill set. Alright, well, I guess let's just keep moving on. There's probably more looting to do. Maybe I should go back into the town and, like, see if there are any quests to go out here in the wilderness, because we're doing a fine job of running around and exploring and getting loot, but I could potentially be getting double value out of all this work if somebody had just asked me to do this stuff. There's some primals here. There's not a strong reason for me to just wipe out all of the native wildlife, except obviously I don't want to have to fight them. So shooting them from a hill up here, which is, again, tremendously unsporting, might be the best way to avoid having to do that. Maybe we should go back talk to people in town, figure out what the people in town actually want done. It may or may not be worth actually fighting these guys. I have a strong inclination to put my weapon away so I will run faster, but I don't think that that's a mechanic in this game. I just have been playing a lot of Apex Legends lately. Jesus, really? I guess I fell like 10 feet. Didn't feel like a distance that ought to cause fall damage. But this has been a very productive little trip here. We can sell off some of our loot, maybe get some idea what else needs doing around here. You know, talk to people in the game that is about talking to people. With the character that we built, so he would be good at talking to people. Maybe that's an idea. And we'll just remember that somewhere there's a river, and somewhere near that river there's a cave, and somewhere in that cave there are some books. And I was a bureaucrat, so presumably I must know how to read. Maybe we'll get some interesting information out of them. Okay, wait, is that a... I thought I saw a lootable container. Ghost containers at the edge of my vision. I haven't looted anything in 40 seconds. I'm starting to get that itch. Ah, there it is. That's the good stuff. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. What is it? Oh no, it's a hostile sprat! I'm sorry about this little guy. Oh wow, they're remarkably tough, actually. Is the thing. Way tougher than I would have expected, and they bite pretty hard. Honestly, these things are probably more dangerous than the Marauders are. Well, those ones are rabid. Obviously, a normal sprat would never harm anyone. Taste the freedom. Now with extra added artificial ingredients at no extra cost. Neat. How does it vendor? They offer a variety of items to purchase, mostly from one company. A hack skill of 20 or higher allows you to sell items back to them. Restricted items on a vendor can only be purchased when you have high reputation with the associated faction, or, you know, enough hacking. Okay, so mostly it's food. Ooh. Okay, adrenaline boosters seem useful. We can also buy some armor. They would sell us mag picks or bypass shunts, if only. Does it say on here... It does not actually say on here what the reputation threshold to buy that is. Ranged weapon mod, increases your mag. Ooh, increases carrying capacity. I do not have 400 bits. Well, we'll get there. Once we've find somebody we can sell stuff to. Okay, they have a jingle. Once we find somebody we can sell stuff to, I'm confident we'll be able to get there. I have so much garbage to sell. Any of this lootable? Really appreciate the lootables glowing when you get close to them, because there's also a lot of environmental objects that are not lootable. So I could hack this, but it would cost all of our bypass shunts, and this is probably just somebody's personal messages. We don't necessarily know that this is worth spending a resource on. I'm going to leave it alone for a moment. There will be some obviously important things to hack at some point, but I also am leery of getting myself into a too good to use position. You know, you get to the end of the game, you have 100 megalixirs, and you're like, man, if I had just been willing to spend some of these, this could have been a lot easier. We'll find a happy balance. The fact that it's giving me more bypass shunts is definitely interesting. There's another locked door. I mean, it's possible that hacking this will give us some information about how to get through that door. And they gave us 2 of the 5 shunts right here in the building. I guess let's go ahead and do it. I have no idea where you even plug these into the computer. Alright, the Edgewater Saltuna Cannery, Terminal Access, Spacer's Choice Saltuna Marketing Division. Please unlock the 2nd story balcony door. Okay, well that was easy. Let's check our messages. To R. Thompson. Hey boss, just wanted to check up on the new Saltuna Light project. I've been brainstorming some new taglines for the product line, and I think some of them will really catch our customers' attention. And then from R. Thompson. Dear Lawrence, I appreciate your hard work on behalf of our beloved brand of Saltuna. I've just received a response from corporate. They're not interested in your idea of a light version of the Saltuna brand because we'd rather not compete with ourselves. But they are interested in the idea of lighter Saltuna. Effective immediately, we have been instructed to use heavier weighted cans, so we can pack them with less Saltuna, thereby saving bits to every can. This is exactly the kind of breakthrough our cannery needs. In fact, our logistics department has just confirmed my request to have you transferred from the marketing division to the cannery. Can you imagine, Lawrence? You'll be rubbing elbows with your fellow workers on the canning line, filling each slightly heavier can with slightly less Saltuna, hour after hour, day after day. This is a great and tremendous honor for you and for me. Effective immediately, your position in our marketing division has been terminated. I expect you to report to our foreman tomorrow morning. Your uniform will be deducted from your pay. Man, everything about this place just makes me so angry. Back to root. Personal files. Ideas for Saltuna Light taglines. Melts on your fork, not in your mouth. That's a real bad thing. Less fat with some Saltuna flavor. It's brine time! Sorry, let me try that again. It's brine time! Right? You gotta really give that a push. Now with the satisfying crunch of cartilage. Great. You can't spell Saltuna without salt. Note, you also can't spell Saltuna with aunts. Potential to market toward families, maybe? Leading scientists say, it's still food. The Saltuna will thank you. Warning, may cause auditory hallucinations. I actually kind of like that. Who doesn't want to be thanked for eating food? Alright, was this was like really not worth doing. I didn't realize this was just going to be the outside. Okay, maybe this actually was worth doing though, because maybe there wasn't a way to climb up here, and maybe that thing over there will have great loot in it. Toughened. Increases body armor and helmet armor ratings against physical damage. Okay. That seems cool. Also, a second stun baton, which will be useful after I break the first one over someone's head, which is a thing that's probably going to happen. Okay, maybe that was worth the hack. If I fall, we're going to take fall damage. Definitely. But also, who cares? I have health regen. Oh no, okay, that was not quite far enough. It must be pretty close, though. It doesn't look like it's any different from the height we fell earlier. This door looks very unfriendly to me, but it's also extremely pickable. Yeah, let's get in here. It could be locked because there's someone in here and they don't want anybody else walking in. So, you know, I have my gun ready. But I'm also I have my other gun ready. You know, the lie gun. The telling lies gun. This ring has an unidentified gemstone inset into its metal accent frame. It's probably not going to let you buy a new spaceship, but it's definitely worth a few bits. Yeah, 31, that's something. Probably this is important to somebody. You know what? If they wanted it to not get stolen, they would have installed a better lock. God, there's so much saltuna everywhere. I wonder how long it would take of every meal being saltuna for you to be so sick of it that you'd just rather not ever eat it again. I'm not saying that you would definitely welcome the next plague, but I am saying that that might be a thing. Alright, I guess let's actually go inside. This is the part where we do enter the first town before the end of the second episode of the series. We gotta find a workbench so that we can fiddle around with the workbench systems. Oh. Okay. Well, entering town has given me some points. We were pretty close to a threshold on something that we looked at. Actually, I think I probably want to bump ranged a little bit. We may as well get our heavy weapon skill to 20, right? So when we're in time cheat mode, we now have some special weak point effects. That seems like a good idea. And then I saw something else that I wanted to fiddle with. Ooh, doors and containers requiring one pick to unlock are instead free to open. That's great. Lockpick preview also seems really good. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't see a thing that we were close to a threshold on that I cared about. I thought I had, though. We might just hold on to the rest of these points for the moment. Yeah, apply these and we'll hold the rest. Okay, hitting enemies in different locations during TTD maims or cripples those body parts. Try different locations to see the different effects. Hits to the chest produce different effects when using different weapons. Cool. Yeah, we'll hold on to some skill points here, and when we discover a reason to have particular skill thresholds, we can just spend them. Although I guess in conversation, we probably are not necessarily going to have a chance to stop and skill up. So maybe I should just go ahead and dump them into our conversation skills. Yeah, that's not a terrible idea. Okay, just dialogue, just broadly dialogue. We have 6 points, so we could push Intimidate high enough that we'd... Intimidate and Lie both high enough that we'd be able to hit the 40-point threshold with our next level up. I think let's do that. Okay. Hopefully nobody minds me walking around town with this giant gun.
Heard Marauder's gone in.
Just between us, Wilson deserted. Lost his nerve. Ran off in the thick of night.
You're kidding me. Damn. Always thought he was made of sterner stuff.
I think he was plagued. Guess he didn't want to die in the sick house.
Plague? Ah, shit. I had some of his saltuna.
You moron.
Well, I don't think he knew yet.
You're some sort of freelancer?
Really more of a privateer.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
Okay, I won't then. Apparently me carrying the big gun, not a big problem for anybody. Chairman Rockwell and Minister Clark, the team to lead Halcyon to an even better tomorrow. I'm sure Halcyon is doing just fine. Seems like all the people around here that are bearing the brunt of being here. Oh, somebody's already ransacked this place. Oh no. Aha, they missed something. It's a tossball blocker. Is that like Hyali? It does sort of look like a Hyali scoop, doesn't it? Well, it's not a very good weapon. While obviously useful for blocking, the tossball blocker is also great for bronzing, cleaving, and the occasional hacking. Only from Spacer's Choice. Tossball is not a great name for a sport. You know, because people who are really into it are probably called tossers, and that's not good. That's not a thing you want to be called. Ooh, what is this? Maintenance Division logs. There are currently 3 open trouble tickets. Yeah, let's have a look at them. Let's start with the priority one. Filed by R. Thompson. Failure of main cannery production line at heat processing. Status open, priority executive. Steps to reproduce. Start up the production line, observe the processing of cans, follow the first batch to the heat processing stage. 1 or more loud popping noises, that is not a step. Smoke, smell of burned salt tuna, overheat klaxon on monitor 6, flames jet from exhaust ports, automatic shutdown. Likely as not, Bess got indigestion from being made to eat something she ain't made to. Again. Heading over now. I guess Bess is the maintenance crew's nickname for the production thing. Filed by R. Thompson. AG loader, failure on startup. Steps to reproduce. Turn on engine. Try it again. Try it again. Kick the loader. Curse injured toes. I have to enter a minimum of 8 steps. Try it again. It makes a rattling noise. Okay, well that clarifies a little bit why that other one was written the way it was written. Dang it, Clancy. I just got you back on your feet 2 weeks ago. Not that you got feet, but you know what I mean. Sounds like his stator's off axis again. We'll clean out and resit. Clancy's guts got caught and all pulled out, likely on account of somebody trying to restart him over and again. Need to rewind all the coiling in number 4. Alright, the stator's working, but there's something else off. Have to wait until it's quiet and spin him up for a listen. So, R. Thompson here has a tendency to anthropomorphize the machines a little bit. Filed by Miller L. This issue has been open for 0 days. Summary, damned mechanicals. Priority automatically reset to low by executive level admin rule applied by R. Thompson. Reason, it was filed by Miller. Steps to reproduce. Look northwise. I said look northwise, blasted useless translator. Near scrap pile. Could be northeast from town, I guess. Observe mechanical, clanking about, all menacing-like. See it? It's right there. The ticket system requiring 8 steps is a real... That's some real corporate, hey, they're not entering enough information. This is how we'll solve it. Kinda... That's frustrating to work with, I imagine. So, northwise, maybe northeast from town, there's a mechanical that needs to be investigated, I guess. Maybe we'll have a look into that. Okay, looks like I cannot actually interact with this monitor in any way. Alright, let's play with the workbench. We found a workbench, let's play with it. Sorry, let's finish robbing him. Then let's play with the workbench. The workbench allows you to repair, upgrade, and modify weapons and armor, keeping you combat ready and in tip-top shape at all times. First select the weapon or armor item you want to work on, then choose what you want to do to it. Got it. I would like to work on my current suit of armor. So we could install that mod we found, right? That's what I'm thinking we want here. So we'll increase the armor rating by 3. Seems great. Do it. Mods cannot be recovered after installation. It's possible that we're still early enough in the game that I shouldn't even bother. Yeah, I guess let's hold on to it. We'll probably keep replacing our armor pretty frequently for a while. This would increase our melee and defense or dialogue and leadership skills by a considerable amount, actually. That's a pretty good mod. Yeah, I guess let's hold off until we've at least completed the first area and we have some sense of whether or not we're going to be wearing a particular suit of armor for very long. And then, how's my machine gun doing? Can we repair this, please? I would love it if we could keep this thing in one piece. I don't need to change the damage type to plasma, probably. I'm guessing that would cause it to set people on fire. It does say explode into plasma when fired, so maybe this would give it a little bit of like an AoE effect. Alright, so that's how we install mod. Oh, I need to select up here. Repair first. Okay. I would like to repair the thing. We have a ton of weapon parts. Let's do this. Do not want this to break down. It wasn't anywhere near breaking down, but you know. Who knows when we'll see another workbench again, right? And then we could probably break down some of these. So right now this thing is 1 point of weight. My overall carry weight is not represented anywhere. Mostly what I'm curious about is whether the weapon parts we break it down into are considerably lighter than the gun itself. So we got 3 weapon parts from doing that. How heavy is a weapon part? Weapon parts have no weight. And we actually are getting pretty close to our carry weight. So yeah, let's break a bunch of stuff down. Yeah, thank you. I understand the mods now, I think. Yeah, so let's break down a bunch of garbage. We're probably never going to use one of these pistols again with our rifle and everything, with all of our guns. And then we probably don't need to carry more than one of these swords. Or more than one of these trip blades. I'm a little nervous. The fact that there's no breakdown confirmation makes me want to be real careful about hitting E on stuff. This is actually the most powerful one-handed weapon we've found so far. So I guess let's hold on to it. And then yeah, we can afford to break down a lot of this stuff. It's a little bit of a shame that the tooltip covers up part of the inventory screen. There's a bunch of dead space up here. It feels like you could mouse over and it would just show it up there on this menu instead. And I think we can afford to get rid of most of this stuff. We don't need any of these uniforms. The armor that has... yeah, we don't need that anymore. Armor that has 9 value, at least theoretically, we might want to swap to. And like, different armor has different skills and stuff on it. But honestly... yeah, hack plus 7, who knows? Maybe we will need 2 more points of hack than our current armor is giving us. Nah, I'm gonna break it down. Certainly don't need this anymore. I don't think we need that anymore either. I'm good at intimidating people. Alright. That was probably worth doing. Yeah, geez, we dropped like half of our carry weight there. Ooh, free mag pick. I'm pleased, by the way, with the amount of carry weight our strength has given us, because we were actually up above the amount we would have been able to carry without our strength boosts already.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Nothing I can do about that.
Okay, fascinating. A scintillating conversation.
Staying long?
You can at least look at me. I guess he's really, really into her.
Spacer's choice takes care of its own.
See, she at least kind of looks at me when we're talking. Yeah, maybe that guy's got social anxiety. Listen, I got social anxiety. I understand where it's coming from. I also don't like to look at or interact with people, especially when they have a huge gun pointed at me. Just some big mushrooms. Aha, I knew it. I saw that little alcove and I said to myself, SB, I bet there's 6 heavy ammo in that alcove, and lo and behold.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
You know, just like standing around, dispensing ambient dialogue. What does it all mean, man?
What
That
do
was-
you think you're doing?
That was my bad. It was reflexive. I pressed the thing. Nothing at all.
Oh, my mistake.
Oops. I saw an item on the thing and I just pressed E without even really thinking about it. Well, we took a little reputation hit there, so that's not so good. I got 105 points for that lie, though. So the higher the threshold for a skill check, the more skill you get from doing it. Do we have an indication of our reputations anywhere? Yes, show me that. What have I done to my Spacer's Choice rep? 1% negative. Okay. Well, let's be careful about that in the future. Howdy, presumably roughly the chief of police. Sorry about that stealing that I did right in front of you.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing a promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
One of the most upsetting sentences I've ever heard. Hey, if you need help with your Marauder problem, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
I was going to say, I'm not much for apprehending, but okay, that'll work. Also, I have some questions for you, if you don't mind.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Sorry, so who do you work for? Spacer's Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life.
I
I
believe
don't
you.
serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice.
And who does Spacer's Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
Well, I get hit in the head a lot, so... so you're basically a bureaucrat.
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it.
Damn right. I am not... maybe we should, though. Because I don't really know anything about Phineas Wells. I've just been sort of assuming he's basically an okay dude on account of he saved me and is trying to save everybody else. But, well, let's maybe dig a little bit here. Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
Would they actually let me sell him out? I'm not going to do that. I think I like Phineas. I'm kind of curious about it, but I think we're not going to do that. Never mind. Sorry, my bad. I was, am I allowed to use your terminal? Are you going to get mad at me if I use the terminal? We're probably cool. Oh, what's that? Spacer's Corona. I already have some of that.
Got my sights on you.
Okay, she will not talk to us anymore. I'm going to use this publicly available terminal. Welcome, Constable Reyes. Let's look at the bounty records. All bounties posted by the Edgewater Constabulary have been authorized by Spacer's Choice. Yeah, let's have a look at them. Guillaume Gil Antrim, former Spacer's Choice Associate Mechanic, terminated from his position. The Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, Termination, and Restitution has filed a writ of execution for Guillaume Gil Antrim, effective immediately. Some of you may remember Gil Antrim from his days in the cannery. Please be advised that Spacer's Choice no longer recognizes Mr. Antrim as a member of its valued family. Spacer's Choice advises its workers in good standing to remain in good standing by disabusing themselves of any sympathy, allegiance, or memory toward Mr. Antrim. Generous bounty, payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name. Ooh, harsh. Now what about Doc Maybell? Former Spacer's Choice physician, abandoned her duties and disappeared from Edgewater, at large and considered dangerous. Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, Termination, and Restitution has filed a writ of execution. Doc Maybell is wanted for 3 counts of larceny, 2 for each parcel of stolen Adrena time, and 1 for depriving the outpost of its official physician. Generous bounty, payment on delivery. I do not feel good about hunting down that one. And finally, Bertie Cotton, former vicar acting on behalf of the Order of Scientific Inquiry, stationed to the Edgewater Vicarage. Suffered psychological breakdown upon showing symptoms of plague, at large and dangerous. Yep. Filed a writ of execution. The Order of Scientific Inquiry has declined a response. Vicar Cotton's sermons are considered defunct and obsolete. Spacer's Choice advises purging them from your memory with the help of Zero-G. Zero-G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Generous bounty, payment on delivery. Okay. I wonder if we're going to actually be able to talk to these people. Because I had kind of assumed when she gave us the quests that it would just be like, go to place, find the named mob, and shoot them many times till they die. But now that they've bothered to humanize all 3 of these characters a little bit, something tells me I'm not really going to get along with Spacer's Choice all that well.
Died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
Don't let the boss catch you saying that.
Boy, the tone is just non-stop, huh? They're really, really driving it home. Is this public? Am I allowed to take this? It doesn't say steal. I'm taking this. Sorry, did that say dehydrated water tablets? I was too busy doing shtick to even read it before I picked it up.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier.
Hey, man.
Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
I do sort of look like a marauder. Let's see. I could rob him at gunpoint. I don't think that's quite my style. The guns are for killing. I rob people with my words and also with my bureaucratic decision-making. Hey, take it easy. I'm not a marauder.
There a reason you're running around outfitted like one of those monsters? Did Mr. Thompson send you to put the fear in me? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
I'm concerned about the method of communication of the plague. You want to tell me what's got you so nervous there, buddy?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
Well, it's just weird is all. I'm positive you mentioned something about being plagued, and I'm concerned about whether or not I should be standing this close to you.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
Seems like it could be really dangerous to not tell the constable. I mean... Alright, why not?
She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar. Get some ablutions for my spirit. Just never found my courage is all. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't ya? Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
Depends on what you need.
Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Okay, I'm a stranger and you're asking me to involve myself in a crime on your behalf immediately. I'm not saying that I won't do it, because I will absolutely do it. I'm just saying you should think a little bit more, man. Obviously, I'll do it. Hold on. No, I do have some questions. I'm totally going to do it, though.
I'll do what I can.
I assume there are guards?
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
Okay, and what can you tell me about these marauders?
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
Not really my style. Why can't you just buy some medicine yourself? I mean, we know why, because he said that he said this is stronger than the stuff they have here, and also probably, you know, capitalism.
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
It's even grimmer than I thought. So in other words, the company won't treat you because you're already sick.
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough.
Alright, well, you're kind of splitting hairs here, buddy, but I've heard enough.
So you'll do it then?
Yeah, sure.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Is there anything else I should know about this community center?
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
So this is true, and I know that I said this out loud already, but I don't think our character is the kind of person who would say something like this to, like... This is internal monologue stuff. I'm not going to tell people they shouldn't trust me. I want people to trust me when they shouldn't trust me. Also, there's some small matter of your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look,
He does
I
seem
got
to
my
know.
gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
Okay, well then. I'll leave you be to stand here and mutter to yourself some more. Don't mind the huge gun. And I could rob him blind. What's he going to do about it? I have this huge gun. I'm actually kind of curious whether or not we're allowed to steal stuff from him while he's not looking. I guess it seemed like the person who saw us steal that energy cell was the person who had their back to us when we took it, right? So maybe they're just like aware of you within a certain radius. We're gonna try something real quick here. I'm gonna save the game right quick. Yeah, put it right there, and then we're just gonna grab this and see what happens. We're learning mechanics. Nope, if he's not looking at you, it's all free to take. That's real good news, because I also want his 2 bullets. These are my bullets. You can tell because they're in my hand. Possession is 9/10 the whatever. Then we'll go in here and we'll rob him of everything he keeps in his bedroom. Heavy ammo, I might need that. Bypass shunt, better in my hands than yours. Listen, should I be grabbing his stuff? He has the plague. I'm wearing gloves. It's probably fine. Do you keep any cool loot in your bathroom? They totally are soaps. Okay. Well, that was fun. We robbed a sick man.
You're making a
I'm gonna-
mistake working for Abernathy.
Oh. Oh, yeah? You want to maybe fill me in on that a little bit more?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
Interesting. Well, he's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic?
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
And what do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you let me worry about that.
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
I feel like people are so eager to trust us. It's going to be so easy to swindle these people out of everything they're worth. I mean, it's desperation, right? It's just got to be pure desperation. I'm a new face. I don't look like I'm the corporation. I mean, Abernathy's paying me for my trouble. Can you match his offer?
I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better.
That is how it works. Alright, I'll think about it. This is a decision we don't actually have to make until we're back here with the anthracillin, right?
That's all I can ask of you.
Okay, well, we're getting involved in some intrigue, getting some crime on the table here. This is probably, though, a pretty good time to stop for today. I'm really digging this so far. This is pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I am very much here for it. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time, tomorrow, for another episode, some hard moral decisions, and of course, more stealing everything that isn't nailed down. And we'll see you then.